right, hello everybody. All right,
Hello, hello.
is we lied. Yeah, remember when we said Anime Church was canceled? We lied. I still have to
Just a
finish
little bit.
chewing. Sorry. Um. Hi, I'm Richie Roberts. I am not your Minister
Hello.
of Science and Technology today.
I'm Moonlight Sparks. I'm a guy who's really good with Pokemon.
My brother got me back into Pokemon Go.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm Fenrir Sarun. I'm addicted to Gundam.
I love the intros when we're not trying
These
to
are
be
our alter
the
egos.
church professional thing. Let me get a drink of water. Holy crap, that's funny.
And you're not wrong, Spider. We're all mama's boys today.
Oh, definitely. 'Tis Mama's Day.
I was in such a rush to get this done that I neglected to go get some of the groceries that I needed today. As soon as I got home. Yeah. Normally, guys, we'd be doing the manhwa reading for solo leveling. But because we weren't able to get Anime Church done this week, I know that if we didn't do it this week and we held off to next week, we'd have double the amount of shit to talk about.
And it would take us
And it would take
ever.
fucking forever, and next week would not be the week that we could do that because one of us has to go to D&D. It just keeps working out really shitty that these things fall on holidays. We were already missing people. So we are talking nerdy. I hate this. All right, so guys, if you give more than just a brief description of what this is, really quickly.
Anime Church or what?
Yes, Anime Church.
Oh,
This is Anime Church. We fuck up.
that's it.
I said
Don't-
more than a brief description.
Oh, we talk about shit and we fuck up. No. We talk about all sorts of nerdy and anime news. We highlight a little bit more of the anime stuff because that's obviously we are called Anime Church, but we do touch up on just about every nerdy topic that does fancy our interests and such. Some stories might be skipped over just because, either it's too short or maybe we don't think enough people will enjoy it, or maybe we personally are just like, eh. Some stories we will gush on for who knows how long because good lord, it scratched that itch and we have an argument to make.
Oh
happens.
yes. There are topics we get very, very, very passionate about that one of us will go on a rant for at least 25 minutes most of the time.
And here's
Not
the
naming
thing, you
names.
never know which one it's gonna be.
Hi.
Exactly.
I mean,
Hi.
he's done it most often.
Most often,
But all
yes.
three of us have had our moments.
There's a reason they're called Richie's Rants. Just saying.
True.
And boy, we all have a bone to pick with like the editing staff over at ANN for a specific reason. It's like, hey, if you don't like watching the content and like typing up your reviews, then just don't fucking do it.
For real.
Yeah. Other than that, well, there are topics that get us really, really heated in other ways, and well, we do tend to drink certain juices that minors should not have access to.
Yes.
I don't know what
I
you're
know they're
talking about.
working
Apple
hard in the
juice is
mines
love.
and
Apple
everything,
juice is
but they
life.
don't need to be drinking.
Apple juice is love. Apple juice is
We went
life.
in very different directions with that.
I mean, Jared also summed it up quite well too. Anime Church is a news stream about video games and anime without script because it's better that way.
Yeah, also true. We don't script
Yes.
this shit. If you're looking for like professional scripting stuff, boy, are we not the place for you. All right. So now that
Definitely not.
now that I've said some stuff to some people, I also need to send this to Cody. I just realized my keyboard is giving me so much shit, and I'm like, stop it, please stop it, please stop,
Stop.
please
it.
stop
some
it,
help.
get some help.
Well,
Alright, anyway.
if it keeps giving you that much shit, maybe give it some Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, Pepto-Bismol. All right. So I was out of town today, and most of this weekend. I just got back home from like a 7-hour drive, a couple hours ago, and I'm catching up on all the stuff that happened this weekend. So, if it seems like making sure your audio is unmuted. All right, good. So if it seems like you guys are not catching me at my best, there's a reason for that. I got home, literally haven't even unpacked. All my stuff is behind me because I've had to rush to get stuff done. And my kitchen was flooded, and I had to clean that up. Got upstairs,
to be
flooded my
fair,
kitchen again.
None of us are at our best right now.
Well, couple shots and you'll be fine.
I mean,
If I could have alcohol,
Oh,
I'm still on my diet.
well,
I'm honestly doing okay.
I still got stuff I gotta do and deal with. Oh God, I dread to check my PayPal right now. I don't think I spent that much, but like I had to spend. Yep, that's about what I thought. I ended up having to spend more than I thought on gas. So yeah, I'm not in the negative or anything, but I really wish I was. I really wish I didn't have to buy that last thing of gas today, but I had to. I was just before getting into Nashville, on the west side of Nashville, and I had a quarter of a tank, and I'm like, that's not taking me across Nashville.
Oh, no, it's not.
I had a quarter of a tank left, and I was like, bro, I might make it home, but I'll have nothing in the tank. Absolutely nothing. I'll have to push it to the gas station. I'm like, nope, do that. And I didn't fill up my tank. I just put 25 in, and unfortunately, the west side of Nashville is where gas is the most expensive in Nashville.
Of course.
Yep. East side, where I live, that's where it's actually cheapest. So I don't know why, but that's just how it be. So all of that stuff. But here's the good news, guys. I spent this weekend with family. Got to see my parents. And I got to see my niece, who I haven't seen in like almost 4 years. You know? She was 9 last I saw her. She's 12 now. We had a great time. We're going to try and see her. Funny enough, these two idiots may actually get to meet her. Because I'm going to try and see... Because she's going to be in town. They're picking her up 4th of July weekend, which is literally the weekend of the con.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, bro,
Cool.
bring her to the con. Even if it's just for one day. I'll get her in. Like, just let her in. She's going to walk into the dealer hall and be like, what do I do? Which is funny because she's like very kind of shy and everything. But like, I guarantee if she gets into the con, she'll kind of be like, it's crowded, but I love all these people dressed up kind of things. You know? She's not really into
Everyone's
anime,
first
but
con
she's into nerdy stuff. And I'm like, get her to an anime convention. Let her absorb that. It might change, you know? But then again, my brother might not let that happen, even though I'm like, come on, man. It'd be great. That being said, one last thing. Before I headed out, I had possibly one of the best recording sessions I've had as a director for Konosuba. I can't tell you who I recorded with, because it's fucking amazing. Unless, of course, you're a patron, because I posted the cast list on Patreon. Now, the cast list isn't finalized. I think I'm going to be casting one more person for a character, and I'm just gonna we're gonna play around with the voice, because I realized I want that person in this show with the other person. I can't show you the cast list, Moon. If I do, it gets leaked to everybody.
What? Why can't you show me the?
Oh no, god damn it. Why can't I show you? Because if I show you right now while we're live, it will give away the big reveal of who is in it. Yeah, and I can't let it be publicly seen. So I will just tell you this.
Yeah, let's fix it and say, send it through. There we go.
There you
Quick
go.
side note. So, how was your Mother's Day, Moon?
Oh, I already knew that.
Yeah, well, I figured you did, but I was just like, oh, hey, this. Okay. It's both Mother's Day and it's my parents' 30th anniversary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're both going insane together.
But
And that's
yeah,
what
my
true
Mother's
love
Day
is.
was pretty good. However, wasn't spending it with my mother because we made plans to do that tomorrow because I was expecting streams. So yeah.
I mean, you got one of
But
them,
tomorrow's gonna
technically.
be pretty good.
Yeah.
This is true.
We spent pretty much the entire weekend was Mother's
It's
Day
fine.
for my
I mean,
parents.
it worked out. I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I tried to do something yesterday for my mom, but things didn't quite pan out on that. So, but I'm definitely gonna do something tomorrow. We shouldn't be late for reading. I shouldn't be, but just throwing that out there.
All right. I believe we've got caught up. Okay, let's talk about the first thing. We're going to talk about... All right, guys, we're going to be talking about the newest episode of Slime. And
We're going to spare into Anime News Network.
Or at least the guy reviewing it on Anime News Network, because we're like, hey, dude, if you don't like your job, just don't fucking do it. So, what's going to happen... We have this neat little spoiler tag that's going to pop up right there. We're going to review the newest episode of Slime. And then after we talk about that, we're going to move on to Mushoku Tensei's newest episode that came out today. And we're going to review that. While that's happening, the spoiler alert tag will be up. And then once it's over, we take it down. So if you don't want to be spoiled for anything... Just keep an eye out on the spoiler tag, and once it's gone, we've moved on to the other stuff. But we've got a bunch of things to talk about. And if you want to see everything that we're talking about, the links for all of our sources are in the description below. Now, when we do the reviews for the episodes, we don't put links for those. Guys, you can go find the episodes yourself. They're all up on Crunchyroll. So please go check them out. That being said... everything else that we're going to talk about, we link our sources for all of it. So if this is your first time coming to Anime Church, welcome. We do source our stuff and we try and share it with you so you can check it out with us. And we're not in any way an official news organization. We're just a bunch of idiots who are checking out news topics that we want to talk about or that we know others would want to talk about. Because I've literally just referred to it now as Fenris Talks About Gundam. I'm tired of making titles for everything. I'm just like, Fenris talks about Gundam. And if there's 4 articles about Gundam, well, God damn it, he's talking about them. You know?
This is...
I don't know why. I don't know why you're
hands, who has the most...
I don't know why you're the Gundam
show of
guy,
hands, who has the most
but you're the
investment.
Gundam guy.
I totally don't
He,
have
he
the most
literally does the gun
investment.
plus stream. What do you mean, why?
He
Yeah,
does.
sarcasm. I speak sarcasm fluently. Yeah. All right. That being said, yes. Yes, we are going to have a bunch of news. It's going to be a long show, guys. I apologize, but it's going to be a long show. I might be visiting Red Deer in September. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, and one last thing, just to get this out of the way. Yes, my arms are two colors. This is what happens when you drive like this with one arm sticking out the window and you didn't bring sunscreen. This is a couple days later when it's actually gotten better, but this was like straight red for a long time. So yeah, this is a good old Irish boy sunburn. Yeah. And I've got aloe to put on it after the aftercare aloe stuff that I'll be putting on. Yeah. So if you're like, why one arm different and other thing? Yeah. Why one thing different than other? Sunburn. Learned lesson. We move on now. Hi, AA Run. What? AA Run not here. Oh, okay. No, there is an AA Run.
Yeah.
Just Han Solo it. Oh, God.
Aaron Fine.
AA Ron Fine. Oh, my. No, that's the funniest thing. He has said that he is walking down the sidewalk. Sometimes he gets shouted out about the substitute teacher from people named Aaron. They'll go, Aaron! It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. All right. Time to talk about Mushoku Tensei. Or no, wait. Slime. We got to talk slime first, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it, Richie.
I'm thinking Mushoku Tensei because you know why. All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
First, let's talk about this reviewer because he's talking about the two previous episodes before he starts talking about this one.
I just find it
Can I
ironic. His
read
name is
this
also Richie.
First paragraph, real quick. I have a voice for it.
God damn it. All right, go for it. Go for it. Just do it.
Hey, would you like to see an anime where people sit around large tables for 2 episodes straight doing nothing but talking? Cause boy, do I have the show for you!
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's...
If you don't understand
Essentially,
what's
this man does
actually
not
happening and the amount of like politics that's going on, I don't know what to tell you, dude. There's so many different groups involved in what's about to happen. I'm sorry you need to know all this important political intrigue and drama. You know what? These are the same people. These are the same people that would just endlessly talk about how good Game of Thrones is. This is the same fucking thing! You know how many times people were just talking about shit or walking and talking about shit in Game of Thrones because it's all fucking politics and subterfuge? You're like, oh, but that had assassinations and on blah, 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 blah. Keep watching, motherfucker.
So does this?
Yeah, you don't know what's coming. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Best I can give you, like, you don't. Anyway.
Look, all we can tell you is the show is cooking. Just give it a minute and you'll have a feast.
So one of the White Walkers coming in?
All right. What?
The White Walkers?
Winter is coming later.
I mean,
technically,
with the stuff that we're reading in the light novel now, or have read the last 2 light novels,
yeah. You're not wrong.
fair enough.
Yep.
Anyways, so this episode, it was another meeting episode, sort of. No, definitely not.
It was definitely a meeting episode.
God, I'm forgetting which meeting it was. Yeah, it was.
It seems to be the last
meeting
meeting
of the essentially it should be. But if I remember correctly, I believe this was the Assembly Illuminati meeting. These are the evil schmucks who are trying to do shit and run shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, the Rosso family, I think it was.
The Rosso family, yes.
Rosso,
yes.
thank you.
That's what it was. Rosso. Yeah.
The Rossos. The Rossos.
Yes,
First thing we have is we see this whole room.
The funniest part is
Uh,
The funniest
Uncle
part is
Happy.
we're meeting the Rozos. We're meeting the Rozos finally, and you know how this ends.
I do.
Yeah,
It's
Moon,
gonna
you
be
know
great.
how this ends because you've got all the way through volume 11. This is literally set up for
It's gonna be
stuff that's
wonderful.
gonna
It's gonna
be.
be a wonderful ending.
This is important setup for stuff that's gonna happen in the kind of like behind the scenes for the next, not just this season, but for the behind the scenes and forefront of the next season too. The Rozos are very important to like stuff coming up, and that's all I can say. But I liked it. I was glad to see that.
I remember as I was watching the episode in my head, I'm just remembering highlights from some of the more fun shit we had to read, like Rimuru getting pissed and breaking the desk in the room full of nothing but humans. The prince getting taken away. I mostly remember that one just because I yelled my little heart out and it was
Because funny.
cathartic as shit. That too. Oh, Prince Boy is so all high and mighty and like, "Ooh, yes. We shall do this, and you and your monsters will have to suffer." And Rimuru sitting there like, whom's the fuck? Oh, it's so wonderful to see all of these rich evil assholes get put in their place.
Man,
Oh.
if only the same could happen to America.
It would be so nice.
It would be.
Yeah. It was a very interesting scene though when we just see this entire meeting room and you got who I can only describe as the creepy uncle holding his niece on his lap, and it's like,
There's something more going on there. You know there is. You just don't want to admit it.
yep. And they all drank wine, and you're sitting there like, no, no, no. The shit they were talking about was definitely set up for everything that's happening and been happening and going to happen. Um, I remember them talking about, I think it's either the Eastern or the Western merchants, and I'm sitting there like,
Eastern.
that's the thing. They're trying to set up the thing that happens during the festival where they still piss everyone off because Rimuru still gets away with it.
I expect nothing
There is
less.
no stopping this slime.
As
Oh,
much as they try.
so hard. They try so hard. Oh. I cannot wait also for the moment where we get to where they have the show happening, what is essentially a TED talk with what Gabiru and Vester have been working on, and you have literally, what is it, King Gazelle and I think one of the Elven leader dudes who are sitting there like, Rimuru, you dumb idiot. How could you let him talk about shit like that? And Rimuru sitting there like, it's just a camera. Oh.
Full disclosure, I'm anime only right now, aside from volume
Uh,
16, which we've been reading. Speaking of which, you can buy it on
Hmm.
Bookwalker or Kindle. If you do, leave a review saying we sent you.
Also, make sure to come by tomorrow because we'll be reading. So 8 p.m.
Easy.
tomorrow over on our Twitch channel. There we go. Shameless plugs done.
Yee.
Please continue because I'm not nearly far enough in.
Oh fuck. What else? What else?
Fucking the
I'm pretty sure this season we're going to get to see the dungeon. We should. If not a good look at it, we're going to see part of it. Or
No,
basically
you will.
getting in
We will.
construction.
We will see the dungeon in this
we will
season.
see it.
Yeah.
Yay. Are we gonna get gay?
Yes. Because the funny part is,
Okay.
in the manga, where
Oh.
we're at, where it's at in the manga right now is literally where the back half of the anime is gonna be. So it's like literally the building of it, the dungeon
Yeah.
reveal, all that.
Okay.
Ramirez coming, all that stuff. Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm very excited for that. All of that should be starting in the next episode. We might have like half the episode be somewhat meeting stuff, but that's going to just be kind of to discuss things that are happening and how they're progressing. And then it's going to be, okay, now we're kicking shit off, and it'll be full round.
I think the meeting stuff is actually going to take place with Hinata and the group, the 4 knights that are with her, as they start making their way through across the road from Bloomin' to Tempest, because they stop at that inn, and Hinata's really surprised by all the Japanese food that's being made there. Yeah, and they have, and it's less a meeting and more
honestly,
just a general
that's
talk.
less meeting and more Hinata just going foodgasm the whole way.
Yeah, it's just somebody tries to take care of gyoza, and she's like, "I was fucking saving
how
that."
do they have this food?
Yeah. So it's just another look at like how much Tempest has grown and the world building and growth that Tempest has. Guys, it's so important. Anyhow,
But not
Very
everybody
important.
understands that.
Because Rimuru's doing a lot. Rimuru's just sitting here like, man, I miss Japan. Japan had so much good stuff. Said, what if I bring Japan to me? And here we are. He's working on that.
he can
He's
do
trying
that.
And in a different way.
He can do that, but he will never recover
He
his hard
has the
drive.
power. They have the magic. Well, some things are best left forgotten. Besides, we all know that he's got a little magic friend who's keeping all that intact.
That is true.
Look, he was able to recreate entire mangas for both what's his name? Actually, no, it straight up says even in I think both the anime and the book that he creates manga and dojin for Yuki, and he takes out all the censorship because he's recreating it from his own brain.
Full nudity, baby.
So, oh yeah. Oh. And Lord knows, I really hope he hasn't given Veldora any of that.
Oh, he probably has.
Hopefully all Veldora has is just, just the Shonen. Just that's all he needs. Which can be bad enough, because I know Dragon Ball. But hell, even One Piece. Skypiea, they had so many excuses for Nami to not have a shirt.
No, I don't think Rimuru is a Digimon. Sorry, Arbonite.
Wait, what? Rimuru a digital?
I'm watching.
No.
I'm reading
He's not a
chat.
digital monster, but when CL gets named, that one, sort of.
Well, at least not this Rimuru. And would it be safe to assume the Rimuru and the Slime Abridged would be a Digimon, since technically he is a digital monster?
Depending on how you want to define the word monster, sort of. But since it is an AI, you could really just say it is just an AI who happened to choose the form of a monster. Not necessarily a Digimon, but, a monster who is digital, not a digital monster. Does that make sense?
Absolutely not.
I tried.
I'm too sober to understand.
Well, fix that. Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Find something you could drink.
I bet I could.
Vodka. Vodka's low calorie.
I mean, to be fair, in the last week, I've already dropped about 13 pounds.
Very good. Proud of you. Genuinely.
I miss alcohol so much. So much.
Believe me, I understand.
This week at
You
work
just
has
gotta
been
find the ways to do it.
horrible.
Look. Here's what you do. Instead of a normal rum and coke, it's a rum and Diet Coke.
No, I can't have aspartame or sucralose. I'm allergic.
Fuck.
That's why I can't have gamer subs or advanced GG, man. Those, I had them once. They were delicious. I had to go to the hospital afterwards.
That really sucked. Especially because gamer subs, like, I wish I could afford more of their stuff. I want one of their waifu cups. Gamer subs. I don't do anything but sponsor me still.
I
That's
mean,
never gonna happen.
one of my old employees at GameStop gave me one. He was just like,
Yo, which
he was-
one?
it was like the Christmas one from like a year or two ago.
Cute. Nice.
He's like, so this is the least sus one I can give you for your last day of work. Bye. I'm just like, the fuck?
I would have sat there and been like, but I want the most sus. Oh,
Like,
well, that's
I
just
was,
me.
I didn't even know he
I
was doing.
vented a while ago, so you know.
Yeah, I didn't even know what he was doing. It was just one of those, hey, here's this. It was nice working with you for the last 10 years. Bye.
Fair enough. It's a real one right there, though. It's a real one. Respect. Oh,
But anyway, back to slime. We got carried off on tangents.
yeah.
That we do that quite often for
This
for the
really
new
is a
viewers.
short episode to talk about,
It really
unfortunately,
is.
just because like it's just another meeting. It sets up so much though. It is really important. All of the meetings have been, and anyone who is like upset about it just needs to give it a minute. This is a show that cooks. It's
It is.
the appetizer. Season one was pretty good.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
lunch
it's
was
not that
decent.
it's
Season
not
two.
just that it cooks.
Actually, it's more than decent.
It's not just that it cooks. You got to let it simmer for a while. This is a slow cook, but it's a good like
This
it's
is
a hot
smoke.
pot. It's a hot pot. You're adding bits of everything in, and it's slowly cooking. And then when it's time to eat, you've got this delicious assortment of flavors.
For those in Texas, this is a barbecue.
Oh,
Yes!
You know what? I have the
Yes,
perfect word
that's
for
a
this
better
now.
analogy, guys. It's an OG Texas
What?
barbecue.
Where you let it cook for 18 hours
Uh-huh.
plus.
Yeah, and then
And
once it's
so
done,
juicy, so tender, and it's
holy shit, it falls right off the
beautiful.
bone. It's so good. Oh, I need a brisket now. Fuck, why'd you say that shit?
because it's a perfect analogy.
Oh, but no. The way I was gonna describe it is like the whole series is the cooking, right? So season one, it started off with a bang. You got everyone interested. You're browning the ground beef. It smells amazing. Season two, you're chopping up those vegetables. It's looking amazing so far. You're getting all that juice everywhere. You cut the onion. It made you cry a little because some shit did happen. But then by the end of it, you're cutting through those peppers and you're like, let's fucking go. You get all in the pot. Now we're just on the simmer portion. Gotta let the sauce really kind of cook in, seep into all those vegetables. And in a minute, we're gonna be able to open that pot, take a big old whiff, and maybe get a good taste, a good spoonful, you know?
Are we still talking about food here?
I might be a little hungry. Oh shit. Reggie, how much do you have left on Mushoku Tensei?
Well, I'm 12:55 in. Well, actually, we've got the thing up. The pregnancy was just announced, and she's talking with everybody in the living room. I mean, if you're asking me how much do I have left, I finished the whole
I sent
fucking
you
thing.
too, right?
Yes, I saw it.
As far as I know, Spider, I think
Fair.
we're still
Okay.
just talking
Yeah,
about
that's fine.
food. That's a question for Moon. Are you still talking about just food?
I mean,
Because at the point there, it didn't sound like you were
was
just
thinking
talking about food.
Opening it up and taking a spoon. What else could I have been talking about? I don't know what you mean. Honestly, I do know the analogy made 100% sense on my side, but also I do know my internet might have been cutting in and out for some of that.
Yes,
So for
yes, it
all I
was.
know, it probably jumped from grab a spoon to just grab taste.
That's
Uh,
what I heard. That's
the-
what I was like, are you sure? we're
Oh,
still
I don't
talking
know.
about
I
food?
don't
need
know
to
if the
rewatch
internet
that
jumped in
whole
and out
thing then.
the whole time, but like that does happen with you sometimes. So I don't know. Try to do the whole thing again if you can.
So season one, you got the beef, you brown it up, and then that's ready. Season two, You got the vegetables. You're chopping it up. You had that sad moment. That's the onion. You know, you chopped it. You start crying a little bit.
Onion.
And then things got better. You start going with, you get the potatoes in there, the carrots and shit. You add that to the mix, and now we're on the simmer portion. We got it all in a nice big pot in a sauce. It's having to simmer down, get all those flavors mixed in and stuff. Add some seasoning, and in a bit, we're gonna be able to open the pot, grab a spoon, and take a taste. Does that make sense?
Now, what type of stew are you making? You're making like a traditional cream-based stew, a like hearty beef stew. You gotta be a little more specific there.
Yeah, no. Hold on. We haven't hit season 4 yet.
I don't know what type of stew you're making now. I'm concerned.
What? I mean,
First
Look,
of all,
you
what
know
type
it's
of
got
stew
beef, you know
uses
it's got
ground
vegetables.
beef?
vegetable soup.
Beef come in.
Yeah, some vegetable soups have beef in it.
You. It's not a vegetable soup anymore if it has beef in it.
My brother in Christ, I'm about to have some beef with you if you keep this up.
I can be heard, right?
Add some
Yes.
beef to it. It tastes good, I'm sure.
It's no longer vegetable soup if you add meat.
Next, you're going to tell me you're buying pants in a fucking soup store.
Clothes? I showed that to my dad, by the way. I showed that to my mom and my dad. I showed the at soup skit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
How did they like it?
My dad was like, "Oh, so it's kind of like who's on first?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kind of in a way, a little bit, yeah."
The guy on first.
You have a good one, Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
it's like
very
But
very interesting episode. Didn't expect one of the rooks to be as corrupt as they are, but then again, it is a church, so it does make sense.
yeah.
Oh, thank you, Spider. I know I'm a big F. A big failure.
Oh, no, you're not. You're big, fantastic, man.
I gotta keep my
well,
ego
yeah,
in check
it's-
somehow. Otherwise, man, y'all wouldn't be able to stand me.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm more worried about my ego. Every time I hear someone be like, "Yeah, you killed it," I'm like, okay. Oh god. But
I'm-
yeah.
I very much can't wait for next Friday. I want to see what's happening next. I want to see if Hinata actually meets up with it Rimuru, or if it's just gonna be like a Shokugeki no Soma situation where it's just like entire episode of her having a food gasm.
It very well could be, cause I'm kind of expecting like the last 15-ish minutes being them actually meeting up, and it might tease with some of the other fight setup. But overall, it's I'm pretty sure the actual fight and stuff is gonna happen on the episode after the next one. And that's just because I know how much stuff goes on. Because you don't have you got Rimuru and Hinata, and this was set up like 2 episodes ago. So you got Rimuru and Hinata, then you've got the whatever they're called, Team Kurenai versus 100 some odd soldiers, if not more. I think it was more. The special thing about Team Kurenai was that was everyone who had died from the first attack in season 2 and then was resurrected.
Mhm.
And what's special about that is now they are like a class of undead, I think is what it was.
Way more powerful than that, but yeah, basically, kind
Yeah.
of. They're like,
So-
they're
Going
all
against the,
Sea-Rake. Yeah, Sea-Rake, who can't die.
Weren't they
Yeah.
going against the 30,000 troops that were heading towards the Falmouth? I think it was.
Was it? No, the 30,000 was going to be taken care of by.
No, they're going to be
uh,
going up against Hinata and her crew. when they show up. By the way, I finished it.
Well, that's Kurenai. The 30,000. Who's fighting the 30,000? I think it's
Diablo.
Ranga,
I know it's one of the
Diablo,
stronger ones.
okay, Ranga, Gobta and his crew, Hakuro is going, and
That's right.
Team Kurenai.
They're being a little merciless.
We finally
on this
met
one.
Gobwa. We got to finally meet Gobwa in person.
Yes.
So,
We got
and
to see
she's a
Gobwa. She's very
cutie.
pretty.
She's a cutie.
Very.
Yeah,
She's wonderful.
she's wonderful. Anyhow, I feel so much worse for Gobwa now that I know what she looks like. I'm like, oh, you poor
Also,
thing.
one of my favorite moments is also happening, or is going to be happening very soon. And it's Diablo, because
Diablo's is good. Oh, don't
showing off,
don't
and
forget-
showboating, and being all like, hello, media."
Don't forget, we've also got other political stuff with the Western Alliance stuff, and like that whole shit with Glinda and Soe getting a moment to really stand out. Holy crap, dude! There's so much good stuff that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you,
gonna be a lot of
you guys will understand when we get there. But like, there's a lot of stuff that, we kind of didn't really talk too much about because, why not? We want to let it kind of have its moment. Oh my God, Ace Ventura and HellDivers 2. No, why did I look at YouTube? Anyhow,
Wait, what?
So,
there was a
back-
lot of stuff. I'm
back
done
to
with
this
Mushoku
review.
Tensei, by the way.
Back to this slime review before we move on to Mushoku Tensei. Did either of you read
I
the
will-
random thoughts at the very end of it
The random thoughts?
from the author of this article? Quote, I use
Oh,
that very
no,
loosely.
no, because I just did not. I was not. Yeah. Anyhow, please go ahead.
Random thought number 1. I found the road a bit more than a little confusing. Don't get me wrong, I understand what the special panels do. They absorb the magic particles in the air so that the new monsters don't spawn and endanger travelers. However, we've already seen what happens to monsters when they are robbed of their connection to magic. So aren't the people of Tempest just weakening themselves?
No, that's not what's happening. Oh my
answer to
fucking
that-
God. No.
You didn't pay attention! They went into detail about it.
Did not pay attention.
Fuck!
One bit.
This is why we don't
Extensive.
cover. This is why we generally do not cover reviews for ANN. Their people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like that, literally, you could tell they paid only half attention to what was going on in the episode. Literally, what it's doing is it's keeping the powerful monsters that are now spawning in the forest of Jura. They're keeping that down because the problem is there's too much fucking Magicules in Tempest right now from all the powerful monsters. It's not absorbing their shit because their shit is generated internally. They're that powerful now that everything is generated internally and their Magicules are leaking out, and it's basically the whole forest is becoming Veldora's cave situation. Monsters that are way too strong are now spawning.
All the lower level monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the lower level monsters can survive just off of the Magicules, the extra spare Magicules that just come off of everyone below the
Yeah,
rank.
but the
of
problem is-
Rimuru and Beldora.
But the problem is that every monster is leaking. There's such a huge concentration of Magicules in that area from just them leaking it out that it's causing way tougher monsters to spawn. This was covered in the anime. Clearly you didn't watch it or pay attention. If you're not going to pay attention, don't do a review bashing slime.
End of thought number 2. I didn't realize that Veldora was a ticking time bomb, but if that's an issue, what's to stop him from heading out over the ocean and releasing the power for a bit? Once again, they explain why. They wouldn't have an ocean if he did that. Come on.
Veldora is like
Mm-hmm.
Veldora just releasing all his magicules all at once is like setting off 300 nukes in the middle of the ocean. You're like, oh, we'll be safe. No, because it's 300 nukes!
You want a nuclear winter? That's how you get a nuclear winter.
You know how? You know what 300 nukes is equivalent to? Four city-sized meteors dropping in the Pacific. Now, you may think, oh, it hit water, we're okay. No, you dumbass! The fucking tsunamis would be huge. Maybe if you're living next to, like, large elevation places, like on the mountains, you might be safe. But everywhere else is getting flooded, and they're dying. Like, you don't do that! It disrupts the entire... Tell me you don't pay attention without telling me you don't pay attention. You know?
Random thought number 3.
No, God, there's more.
There's 2 more.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
I'm somewhat confused as to why
This one.
Rimuru even sees Hinata as a threat. He was able to fight toe-to-toe with her in their first battle.
No,
and
he
that
wasn't.
Was before he became a demon lord.
No,
Trauma,
he
maybe.
wasn't. That
He
was
got
not an
out.
He literally had to
Outclassed.
clone himself and hide.
Rimuru had to pull off a last-second thing in order to hide himself. Like, he had to
Even
pull
then,
out all
she
the...
saw
And she
through it.
beat him!
And she saw through it and she let him escape.
Oh my God. Again, tell me you pay attention without telling me you don't pay attention. Telling me you don't pay attention without telling me you don't pay attention. Lastly...
It's a cool twist that the secret is out about what happened to the Falmouth army. What's even more intriguing is trying to figure out who broke Diablos' control over the bishop and how to get that information.
Oh my God, you so did not pay attention. Diablo and Rimuru in the previous episode told him, literally discussed, that he should tell the truth to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I write
is-
to ANN's editors and just be like, please don't let this person review slime
Yeah,
because they
do
don't
it.
pay attention to slime?
Do it. Because come the fuck on.
All of this was talked about. Maybe if you paid... Dude, I'm not even... this isn't even a fault of somebody that watches the anime only because all that information is in the fucking anime. I'm not pulling from the manga or the light novels or anything on this shit. This is clearly spelled out in the anime. And it's not even, like, lightly talked about in the anime. Like,
goes into
they go
fucking
into fucking
great
detail.
detail.
I'm sorry that your ADHD bitch ass can't pay attention when things are going. No, I don't give you that. I have ADHD, massive ADHD issues, and I can sit through this shit and deal with it. So fuck you. Welcome to the Richie's rant portion. You too big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. All right, so let's move on to Mushoku Tensei. We fooled around long enough.
Yeah.
All right, a lot happened. A lot happened.
Yes, it did.
I started out very happy and then I was like, this is going to turn bad.
It's called Turning Point
I
3
was
for a
expecting
reason.
something a little more. Yeah. I was expecting
Devastating?
something a little more cataclysmic happen in this episode. So like, yeah, devastating. But like honestly, I'm now just a little more scared for next episode and the rest of the season.
Oh no,
Uh,
be afraid. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid.
In
Yeah,
the immortal words of Scar,
I'm very.
be prepared.
Here's the thing. That letter that he got is literally the thing that changes everything. So now you're starting to see. So first off, Aisha's doing better at school. She and
Norn.
Rudy are going to write... Or Norn, sorry. Norn's doing better at school. She and Rudy are going to make a book about Richard. And, like, his history and some of the really cool things that he's done. Basically, they're doing a PR campaign to help out Richard. That's kind of
Again.
awesome.
Again.
He takes Aisha out to buy some stuff. She's going to make plants. I forgot that she has, like, plants and stuff that she puts out on her window. That's really good. So yeah, there's also that. Then Sophie announces she's prego. She's like, oh, I've missed my time in the month for 2 months in a row. We went to go see a doctor. I'm expecting. Hell yeah. Rudy's got swimmers. And then, of course, we get the note. And the next thing, the next big major announcement after we get the letter from Paul is we have another visit with the man god. Show of hands. Who trusts the man god? Yeah, my point exactly. So, now, that's not to say that the man god did not have a point in what he was stating, because when Rudy got mad, he was like, you made me stay here, you gave me that advice, and I stayed here, and blah, 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 and he was like, dude, look at all the shit you would have missed out on. And literally points, to be fair,
You still have ED, motherfucker.
Here's the thing, my guys. I want you to understand something. Just because he's right about all this shit does not mean that makes him suddenly trustworthy. I don't trust the man god. And this is not light novel stuff coming out into the fore. I'm not talking spoil. Guys, if you're an anime only person at this point, you think the man god doesn't have his own motives, or he doesn't come across sketchy as fuck, there is something wrong with you. Like, this guy is clearly sketchy.
Hi, Revan.
Also, can we quickly point out that that there was progress? There's more progress being made with the summoning circle stuff, and we also got another hint at the person that's helping her with summoning magic. I can't wait till you meet this person. It's great. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna be very surprised. It's awesome. I will say this: it's not Orsted. It's not Orsted that's doing it. It's somebody else. But somebody that's been mentioned in Mushoku Tensei already. It's just good. It's good. That's all you need to know. But yeah, now we're going to head to the desert and the Begarit continent. I loved seeing this because it's one thing to read it. It's another to see it. I love seeing Norn walk out of that house with full gear. And she's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. If you're not going, I will. And then just face stabs right off the stairs. Yeah. That's great. And then Rudy's like, you know what?
My problem was I saw her ankle twist, and my own ankle was like, hey, we're going to do that too. And I'm like, please don't.
No, the funny thing is, she was like,
twist my ankle so much.
He picks her up and he's like, fuck it, I'm the machine. But yeah.
Yeah, machine.
So good news, Rudy's got a kid on the way. Bad news, he has to go pick up milk and cigarettes. This is what he sent to me. I will read this right here for everybody. This motherfucker sent this to me.
This was a comment on the episode.
I'm sure it is. It's like, Sylphie, I'm pregnant. Rudy, the quest for milk and cigarettes begins.
Oh, it's so good.
Guys, if you think that Rudy's going to be that kind of a dad, man, that's messed up. All right. So, all of that, what were some of your favorite? Oh yeah, and Zenoba finally made a sculpture or a sculpture of his own. He did a badass dragon, honestly.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. Oh, and Cliff, now that he's working with Silent and with Zenoba, the three of them getting together, which would not have been a thing if Rudy had skipped out of town. Just saying. But he's now made a kind of diaper. An ugly-ass looking diaper thing that can help with Elenalisa's curse. It doesn't cure her. It just helps abate the symptoms. That's kind of how they discussed it. And it is made thanks to the layered circles and everything that he's been working on with Zenoba because of the doll, the information of that with Zenoba, and the work with the summoning circles that he's helping out with Silent or Nanahoshi. So, by the way, if you're wanting to know where Silent 7 star comes from, Nana, Hoshi, Nana 7, Hoshi star, 7 star. There you go. But yeah, so it's one of those things. It's kind of proving more and more that, like, yeah, Rudy kind of did make the right choice to go on his school arc. This was actually really, really important. There's a lot of good things going. And yeah, we'll see how things are gonna go now that he's like. And the man god did say that if he goes to Begarit, he's going to regret it. That is the turning point problem. I'm just going to point that out right there. Everything else, you're like, okay, we kind of see where things are going. Where's the turning point? I was expecting something terrible and catastrophic to happen. Guys,
Same.
they made the
Read
announcement.
the
If he
line
goes
to the notes.
if he goes to Begarit, he's going to regret it. Something is going to happen of the very not good variety if he goes to Begarit. And he's going to Begarit.
I'm sorry.
We're taking the Rudy to Isengard, to Isengard, to
Yeah,
Isengard.
David.
Yeah, okay. All right. Now, talk about your favorite moments in this episode. I want to know.
Rudy crying.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And,
Like,
not,
I
not
love
being
the
a
whole
jerk,
thing.
The fact that it shows how human the character is.
Not only
like,
that, but how much he's wanted a family of his own. The first thing he said to Sylphie was thank you. Like, holy shit. Yeah. Dude, I cannot wait to see the reactions to this. I cannot wait. All right, let's keep going.
Moon, what was your favorite?
I think my favorite part was when, or I guess it's multiple parts, because I enjoyed him kind of talking with everyone, and we're getting to see how everyone is progressing and making things happen for their own individual projects. They're not going to be able to progress without him, are they?
Oh, if you think they need Rudy to progress, that's hilarious.
Okay, good. So the big trouble issues are going to happen somewhere else.
Okay, so as for my favorite part was the gathering of all of them in the living room to discuss everything. That big living room meeting, because that is the most human element of this whole thing. And honestly, while they did have the whole Norn confrontation part about like about the whole Begarit thing, I still feel like the light novel had more to it. So again, I highly encourage you to read the light novel. Not that they've done a bad thing at all. They haven't done a bad job with any of this. It's just there's the light novel just has so much more. Alrighty. Any further discussion on Mushoku Tensei you guys want to have before we move on to the actual news?
No.
Yeah?
Because we have a lot of news to cover.
Woo!
As long as Rudy has his head in both hands, he'll be fine. Well, there you go. All right. Spoiler alert tag is coming down. All right, guys. Welcome back. If you were tuned out for spoiler, we are now talking about the actual stuff. So let's get started. Fenris, I believe this one was one of yours.
Yes. Once again, I was not expecting you to be here for Anime Church, and lots of bullshit happened with that. So
That's okay.
So you Magic the Gathering fans out there, this is for you. In the past few years,
Or if you happen to be Jaden Animations, this one also for you. She literally just released a rant about this specific thing. Or, well, not this, but like this specific character.
in the past few years, the popular trading card game Magic the Gathering has partnered with different intellectual properties for some interesting collaborations. Some collabs are within parent company Wizards of the Coast brands, such as Dungeons & Dragons. Others include properties such as Doctor Who, Warhammer 40k, or recently Cowboy Bebop. I missed out on those packs. I fucking wanted some. These lead to some interesting card designs, both in terms of art and card function. However, one of MTG's premium collaboration product lines called Secret Layer focuses on card art. And MTG's next Secret Layer set features Hatsune Miku. The English Hatsune Miku and MTG's Secret Layer Twitter accounts announced a
Hatsune
collaboration.
Miku.
Whatever.
No,
I'm not-
not whatever. Get the name right. Hatsune Miku.
No, not whatever.
No, this one you don't get a pass on. That's an insanely popular thing. Like we can't just like brush that under. It's like yeah, well, either or whatever. No, if we don't get her name right, we're gonna get crucified.
Moon, you finish it because I can't say the fucking name right.
Hatsune Miku. That's all. Nay.
Okay.
You can do it. You can
The
do it,
English
Fenris. I
Hatsune
believe in
Miku
you.
And MT.
Man, your faith is in the wrong person.
Listen, Richie, I'm assuming it's like the people who can't say robot and they say robot.
Hey, I say robot
it's
because it's funny.
Yeah, it's pronounced robot.
Yeah, no, it's not. I just say it that way because it's hilarious.
You are everything I do not like in this world, Richie.
I got it from
Oh.
Lanny Pator, so.
Fair enough.
Blame
Anyways.
him.
Curse you, Lanny.
Damn it,
The English Hatsune Miku and MTG Secret Layer, formerly Twitter, accounts announced the collaboration between Hatsune Miku and MTG on April 30th. The official MTG website lists the cards included in the set and the release date of May 13th. The set is slated to stay on sale until June 2nd and includes 6 cards that are reprints of Shelter, Chandra's Ignition as Miku Spark, Harmonize, Azusa, Lost But Seeking as Miku Lost But Singing, Feather the Redeemed as Miku the Renowned, and Inspiring Vantage, all with original Hatsune Miku art. The website also notes 2 different sets will be available. The first is a non-foil version for $29.99, and the second a rainbow foil version for $39.99. These are some beautiful cards. Although Hatsune Miku has little to do with fantasy or spell slinging, it's fun seeing her reimagined from MTG, or for MTG. Of course, there's no guarantee the cards will perform well on the second-hand market, but those who love Miku will likely want the cards as a collector's item rather than as some nebulous investment. If you love Hatsune Miku, check out this limited run of Magic the Gathering cards.
I can already hear Jaden Animation's heavy breathing. or
I wish I got some of the My Little Pony ones.
Or her going, like in the SpongeBob tradition, I need it! Yeah. I can already see that.
Next up is, well...
Hang on. I'm finishing up, sorry guys. I'm having to unpack now that I finally can. So...
Yeah, the next 2 are definitely on you and Moon, because I don't follow that game.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, man.
I keep explaining it to you. I tried the first one, I just could not get into it.
You tried what first one?
Destiny.
Okay, but what part of Destiny? Like, you just did the base campaign?
I sunk like 5 hours to the base campaign because my friend got it for me day one, and I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it.
Gameplay or story? What?
It's mainly the gameplay.
Okay, well, the gameplay is very different now.
How long ago was this?
Destiny
Literally,
1?
Yeah,
Destiny
literally
1 time. Almost a decade ago, bro.
Yeah, literally day one launch of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Back when Peter Dinklage was the ghost.
Yeah, no.
Do
that
you
is a
need to
very
jump back
different
in now?
game.
It's a whole different banana. Welcome to
This
MMO
man is the
gunplay.
reason I play Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
But
I love him and hate
I
him
have
for
plenty
it.
of bananas.
Okay. Well, you're lame pun aside. Yeah, you should hop into Destiny. Gameplay is very, very different. Shit. if Moon jumps in and plays now, gameplay is different for him, and he played like maybe like half a year ago. It's different now.
I played a little bit recently as well. I've gotten to jump in just a bit.
Pardon me. Not to
So
mention,
I have noticed some changes.
Here's the other thing. You can
Of how
skip
to
the
use
new light
them.
stuff. You can skip the new light stuff. Go right to where Shax's new stuff is, and on Shax's right is a chest that's just open and glowing. You go in there, and there's a full set of weapons and armor at the highest pinnacle light level you can possibly get, which makes it where you can immediately jump in and start doing everything with us. Not to mention, since Beyond Light is free right now, we can run you through Beyond Light, get you done with the story, help you with all the side quests, and get you full stasis unlocked. What class were you playing as, by the way, Fenris?
I still need help with some of the side quests, so.
Were you Hunter, Titan, or Warlock?
I think I was a Titan.
Titans run and punch
Crayon eater.
everything.
Yeah, that's my type of gameplay. Yeah.
Okay, here's the good news. You didn't know how to properly build your Titan in Destiny 1, right?
There was no fucking explanation.
Oh, there's so many explanations out there now. We would happily run you through as a Titan and help you with building everything and building stuff up. The things he'll have to get are
Also-
Glimmer, lots of money. But, dude,
Yes.
me, DDA, like so many others, there are people that haven't played in a long time that are jumping in now and like getting up to
I
snuff.
believe Tony
with,
Arcane too, right?
Yeah, okay, so with the new subclass 3.0 system, the way you can spec your gear and everything, like it's basically a shooter MMO now. Like you have that much creative freedom with your characters. And if you just want to start and make fresh characters from the beginning instead of you'd have to create a bunch of... By the way, this is cross-play. Cross-save, cross-play, all of that stuff. And it is free right now. Dude, just the Witch Queen campaign alone being free is huge. Because Witch Queen is fucking fantastic.
And me and Richie could run you through that in like
just
what, 5-6 hours?
And if you're sitting there going, I don't know, I don't want to play the Legend version because it's tougher. No, trust me, do the Legend version. Free exotics at the end of it. You get 2 exotics and you get to pick from them, and they massively help. Like, you want to get exotic gear and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. And, then we get to teach you the wonders of Destiny Item Manager.
Yeah.
Okay, if I do this, are we going to make like a fucking machinima or some shit about it?
Here's the bitch, we might do. Anyhow, the other thing is the other thing that's been added recently is the LFG system is now in game. You don't have to go elsewhere. You can start looking for group. I'm trying to put a fucking raid party together so we can do Crota. They've also introduced the raid gauntlet where you get to fight a bunch of different raid bosses back to back to back, do a bunch of different raid encounters and bosses back to back to back. And it gets progressively harder as they release the next week. So the first week was 4 of them, and they put you 5 light level below. And then this week, 5 of them, it's the same 4 plus Oryx, the boss fight in the Taken King, and you're 10 below level. Man, there's so many things that we can run you through and help you do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's a good time.
Wraith is one of the ones that will straight up ask you what kind of a Titan do you want to be. What kind of punchy... They're like, what kind of punchy Titan do you want to be? Is what Wraith would immediately ask you. Do you want to throw hammers and kill everything?
My favorite one is Hammer Boy.
Huh?
You can make my punches hurt more?
You don't even have to punch everything. You could throw hammers at everything and watch them go poof.
Where's the fun in that? I want to get up in their face.
You play
no.
And that is
No.
the
He
whole
says
time,
that. He
your
says
whole
that,
day.
and then he realizes how much damage he could do with a hammer to bosses. Oh, it's a whole different story, dude. When you're throwing a solar flaming hammer,
picking up that fucking hammer,
and if you
you're
pick up
doing
that
so
hammer,
great.
There are meta builds that are fucking insane. We'll have to show you that later. Okay, the actual news of this, instead of us just trying to sell him on Destiny, get this man a towel. Yes! Get this man a towel!
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Get a
As long
towel.
as Rudy's. Alright, so next. Alright, the actual stories we were trying to talk to. Okay. Bungie is shutting down leaks for the final shape. Like, they have changed a bunch of their code, or they've changed the way that they do certain parts of their code so that data miners can't find leaks, because they were looking for leaks about the new PvP maps that just got dropped this week, and they couldn't find any, so there were no leaks about that. And the same thing with the story for the final shape. Because, guys, there's nothing worse than getting a story leak and then content creators that don't even want to talk about it but now have to are getting spoiled on things. And then we get spoiled on things because they talk about it. The fact that the final shape is like this big fucking narrative secret until Bungie wants to drop some more hints, and the hints that they have dropped have been pretty fucking interesting. I'm hoping they do really, really well with the narrative. But this is also going to be Destiny's first straight up linear story. Like, once you go in and start doing this campaign, you aren't leaving the Traveler. That's right, bitches. We're going inside the Traveler. Yeah, it's great. Oh, here's another thing that you may want to know, Fenris, that I almost forgot about. There is a way to experience the story and catch up. So you get some stuff about the Red War. You get a little bit about Forsaken, and it takes you kind of through. It's called Timeline, and that's free for everybody. Mm-hmm. There is so much content that Destiny 2 is putting out for absolutely free. It's insane that, like,
they're getting ready. I'm really hoping this next whatever it's called expansion is everything it looks like and is building up to be.
Here's the thing,
with them doing all of this,
Beyond Light Story was good. Beyond Light Story was good. All the seasonal content that came out with Beyond Light was fucking fantastic. You got Season of the Hunt, which introduces us to Crow, finally. Then you get Season of the Chosen, which is literally we meet Keitel for the first time, and then like some more stuff with Crow happens, and then after that we get Season of the Splicer, which is us taking the Elixni into the tower. Like, dude, you just step onto the tower, everything's gonna look fucking different now. Like, yeah, it's insane. We're not in the same place of the tower that we were in Destiny 1, because that all got blown up at the beginning of Destiny 2. If you look over to the side, you'll see they're still trying to fix that part of the tower. But, like, you stand in there, you're like, wait, why is that? Why is that? Why? Yeah, the alliance was made. And then Season of the Lost, we finally meet Savathun properly. And then that takes us into the Witch Queen. And then all the Witch Queen story is really good, and the seasonal content that came with Witch Queen was fucking awesome. They made me cry over a fucking robot. I was so mad at that. Bungie, how dare you make me cry for a robot? But also at the same time, thank you for giving me the greatest robot dog.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, when I got my Robo Dog, oh fuck yeah, I was so happy for that. By the way, there are quests for that Robo Dog going on right now. Archie quests. Yeah. Where you have to go around like certain areas and find stuff because Archie's just wandering. It's great. All right. So, yeah, that's part of it. And if we haven't explained it, guys, another Bungie W, they decided to give away, they decided that from May 7th to June 3rd, which is only a couple days before the final shape drops, they have fully released Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and the Witch Queen expansions free for everybody. So if you wanted a reason to like get in on the ground floor, this is it. 100%. So we're getting Moon's Haunted, Ice Make Not Go Burr, and Hey, Why You Still Are Light. the expansions. It's so fucking good. It's so good. This is good storied content. I would say this: they should probably just bite the bullet and make Lightfall free for everybody as well, because for at least the main campaign, and then like some extra stuff that is just put out there once you beat it, you get an explanation on a couple of things. And it's like, dude, you don't have to play the seasonal content, but you get the fucking explanation. But right now, at this point, guys, here's the other thing. Once you unlock all the stuff that are in these campaigns, you get to keep that. That doesn't suddenly go away just because the campaign ended. So if you unlock all of Stasis or any of the weapons from all these different locations when you were playing these things and getting exotics from them, you get to keep that. It doesn't go away just because they suddenly were like, okay, Final Shape's out. These expansions aren't free anymore. You still get to keep everything. So, yeah, they don't suddenly take Stasis away from you. In fact, they're purposefully giving everyone Stasis. That's why they put Beyond Light in here, because Stasis is an integral part in the next subclass that's dropping with the Final Shape. They should have done the same shit with with Lightfall, because Strand. I'm just saying, make the main campaign for Lightfall free to play as well, because, dude, everybody needs to get a hold of Strand. We need a punchy Titan zipping around like Spider-Man. He just throws that out. Spider-Man's over.
Yeah.
Whee! Pop. I can already see Fenris going, hey, what's this? Swings over, it just zips on down, and is like, Muscle Wizards cast Fist!
No.
Yeah.
I cast Iron and hit him with a frying pan.
Heh.
I think
I
you
wish
can
I would've
technically
taken-
do that, but it's not a frying pan. It'd
Actually,
probably be actually with Prismatic, he
Void
might be able
Shield.
to do that and throw the hammer. I don't know if throwing hammers are on there.
Yeah. Dude, throw the
Prismatic.
hammer or throw the shield.
Hammer bro, be a hammer
Because
bro.
a void shield throw.
Oh yeah, literally, Void Shield is Captain America. You can literally
Yes.
throw a shield like Captain America and have it bouncing off of everything and killing like 3-4
It's
enemies at
wonderful.
once. It's great. Yeah, it's
No.
so.
And
so
when
silly.
you're
I just
playing
gotta say, out
PvP,
of-
it's like, what the hell just hit me?
I will say this:
hearing
as
all
much as we're
this-
trying to sell that, still Hunter best class.
Hearing all this, there's one thing I gotta be thankful for Bungie. That Sony bought them. Because if Sony didn't, they probably would have been on the chopping block with Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks, who Microsoft recently closed.
Oh, are you trying to segue us to the other one?
Yes.
No, you can't, because we got to talk about the cookbook.
And the description you put, the cookbook is after the Microsoft closes studio.
Is it? Damn it!
Yes.
All right. Well, damn.
Perfect segue. God damn it, you ruined it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. On Discord, it's different because I couldn't move it to the other thing because it was under your name and I couldn't edit your stuff. I should have told you to move that too. My bad. All right. Yeah. Good thing that well, actually, is it a good thing? Because, we could have had a HellDivers 2 issue. By the way, that's something we needed to briefly talk about before we jump into Microsoft's hot water. Let's now talk about Sony slowly getting out of theirs. Liberty wins. We did it,
Super
guys.
fun.
We did it. We won. Now let's get those positive ratings back on Steam so that the devs don't have to take shit for Sony's mistake. That is your new what is it? The mission?
Update.
No. The
No,
mission.
major order.
That is your new major order. Let's fix this shit. All right. Now,
So, I always say
going
it's a good
from
thing
Sony in hot water to
Microsoft.
Microsoft in hot water.
Microsoft has closed a number of Bethesda studios, including Redfall maker Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush and the Evil Within developer Tango Gameworks, and more in devastating cuts at Bethesda, IGN can confirm. Alpha Dog Games, maker of mobile game Mighty Doom, will also close, Roundhouse Studios will be absorbed by the Elder Scrolls Online developer ZeniMax Online Studios. Microsoft, currently valued at over $3 trillion, did not say how many staff will lose their jobs, but significant layoffs are inevitable. IGN has asked Bethesda for comment. Microsoft declined to expand further when contacted by IGN. On Redfall, the disastrous vampire co-op game will now not receive promised updates, including an offline mode and new character DLC, as Microsoft has ended all development on the game. Microsoft said Redfall will remain online to play and it will provide a make good offer for those who bought the Hero DLC. Arcane Austin had tweeted, "Sign up here to receive details on how eligible players can receive this credit." Today, it was announced that Arcane Austin will close and development will not continue on Redfall. To everyone that has supported the work from our Austin studio over the years, thank you. Thank you for spending time in our worlds and making them your own. Arcane Leon will continue their focus on immersive experiences where they are hard at work on their upcoming project. Redfall players who purchase the Hero Pass as part of the Premium Bite Back Edition or the Premium Bite Back upgrade will be eligible to receive the value of the upgrade. While there will be no further updates, Redfall servers will remain online for players to enjoy. I don't know who's going to enjoy that game. I heard Redfall was kind of dead on arrival. Arcane Leon, which is working on Marvel's Blade, survives the call, as does Bethesda Game Studios, the people who made Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, and Starfield, and Machine Games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Doom developer id Software is also unaffected. Oh boy.
Question. A quick question. Do you think any of these companies taking the axe would have taken the axe if Starfield hadn't fell on his face so badly?
No. Fucking.
Probably not.
Because that money
Honestly,
would have really come in.
Tango Gameworks, I don't understand why they closed them. Everybody was waiting for them to release news on Evil Within 3. Plus, they were supposedly working on a Ghostwire sequel. Which Ghostwire was a fantastic game. But you ready to hear the fucking corporate bullshit that they sent out?
Hold on. The only thing I remember about Ghostwire was the girl that was originally working on it that went on to make her own studio. Just the most cheerful person we've ever seen at E3.
Yeah.
Meet today.
We covered her like
so
a
cool.
year and a half ago.
And
when she left, even the entire company was just like super sad that she was left, but also wished her the best and helped her. Like, come on. But in an email to staff sent by Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios, Microsoft blamed the cuts on reprioritization of titles and resources. The email, verified by IGN, is below. Today, I'm sharing changes we are making to our Bethesda and ZeniMax teams. These changes are grounded in prioritizing high-impact titles and further investing in Bethesda's portfolio of blockbuster games and beloved worlds, which you have nurtured over many decades. To double down on these franchises and invest to build new ones require us to look across the business to identify the opportunities that are best positioned for success. The reprioritization of titles and resources means a few teams will be realigned to others and that some of our colleagues will be leaving us. Here are the changes going into effect. Arcane Austin. The studio will close with some members of the team joining other studios to work on projects across Bethesda. Arcane Austin has a history of making impactful and innovative games, and it is a pedigree that everyone should be proud of. Redfall's previous update will be its last as we end all development on the game. The game and its servers will remain online for players to enjoy, and we will provide make good offers to players who purchase the Hero DLC. Alpha Dog Studios. The studio will also close. We appreciate the team's creativity in bringing Doom to new players. Mighty Doom will be sunset on August 7th, and we will be turning off the ability for players to make any purchases in the game. Tango Gameworks will also close. We are thankful for their contributions to Bethesda and players around the world. Hi-Fi Rush will continue to be available to players on the platforms it is today. Roundhouse Games will be joining ZeniMax Online Studios. Roundhouse has played a key role in many of our recent game launches and bringing them into ZOS to work on the Elder Scrolls Online will mean we can do even more to grow the world that millions of players can call home. Fix your fucking game, goddammit. I'm still stuck in an early glitch from 6 years ago.
Nice.
No, it's not nice. I fucking paid like $80 for the game and its expansion. I got 3 hours in and I can't fucking play anymore because I'm stuck in a fucking cathedral. Ah.
Cool.
With this consolidation of our Bethesda studio teams, so that we can invest more deeply in our portfolio of games and new IP, a small number of roles across Bethesda publishing and corporate teams will also be eliminated. Those whose roles will be impacted will be notified today, and we ask that you please treat your departing colleagues with respect and compassion. Blah, 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 blah. Corporate bullshit. Trying to, make people feel good about the fact that they're closing and losing a bunch of jobs.
Yeah, I left partway through
It's
because I was
okay that
just
these
done.
people are being fired.
Mr. Rogers, they are not.
No. Essentially, the company has announced plans to cut 1,900 staff from its video game workforce.
Let me see if I get this right, though. They're doing this to help Bethesda.
Yeah.
Bethesda didn't make Hi-Fi Rush.
No, Tango Gameworks did.
Oh, I
and,
know. I'm aware. I'm very fucking aware. Because the internet has been doing nothing but pointing that out.
Oh, I am very... So, I was invested in Tango Gameworks, not because of, the games they put out, but because who founded it? Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil.
Oh!
He left, I think, a year or two ago and started another studio. Shortly after the Bethesda acquisition. So yeah, corporate bullshit and people wanting to make more money or cover the loss of money from a certain failure of a game that had been highly anticipated for close to a fucking decade.
You know what's funny? If like all of the top brass and the board just took a cut of like a third, no, not even a third. You could do like an eighth each. They could probably cover the losses.
Hold on a second, Moon. This is Microsoft we're talking about, not Nintendo.
Guys?
No. That technically that wasn't even Nintendo. That was
The president.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
No. The president of Nintendo is what we're talking about.
Fair enough. But Reggie was the one who came in and kind of helped them. Hey, you take a pay cut.
Here's the other thing. No, the president of Nintendo legit did not take extra stuff, and he specifically ate in the cafeteria. Like, ate the same food as everybody else in the cafeteria in order to save money so that they would not have to fire anybody.
Nice.
That's why that company's been around since the 1800s.
Yeah.
No.
Fun fact, Nintendo started out as a trading card company.
Mm-hmm.
And they also had a
playing
love
card
hotel.
company. Yes, they had a love hotel too. Nintendo's had a glorious, glorious past.
But before we get into that,
Very
let's
interesting.
talk. Let's get into the cake of all things.
Yes, the cake is not a lie. A new cookbook brings the beloved recipes of Stardew Valley to life.
That was Portal, by the way. That was Portal. That's what it's from. It's from Portal. I fucking
This was
love
a
that.
triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
There are few video games that have developed the kind of loyal, deeply devoted fan base of Stardew Valley. By the way, I hear the developer finally got a desk.
Oh, I want everybody to know Portal is one of those few franchises. Hey, fuckers. Hey, Valve. We like Steam, but Portal 3, goddammit.
Dude,
Team Fortress.
You're gonna be waiting
Anything.
behind.
Come on.
You're gonna be waiting behind fucking Half-Life 3, dude.
Oh no,
I know.
Titanfall 3 will happen before that. Exactly my point.
Listen, we're all hurting. We know they have trouble getting to the number after 2. Okay.
No, here's the thing. Have you ever played Titanfall 2?
Dude, it was an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It was a short ass
told me-
campaign, but it
y'all
was
have
so
showed me.
good.
Like, literally, it has one of the best level designs in gaming ever. Yeah.
These
Well,
days,
also, it's
both
really, really cheap, so you can play it on any like PC, console, whatever. Titanfall 2 is a fucking masterclass.
Yes.
I don't know why my brother hasn't played it. I'm like, dude, you can legit get in a mech and mess people the F up. You are running around as Matt Mercer in a mech suit, and you fight somebody that sounds exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, time travel. Just saying, you want to do this. BT is going to be the best fucking guy ever. Yeah.
BT is the best companion.
Mm-hmm.
the
Recently
best
found
friend.
out. Recently found out that my niece played Fallout 76, but because she didn't have other people to play with her, she stopped playing. And I was like, "But do you like Fallout 76?" She goes, "Yeah, I liked it." I was like, "Okay, so you like the Fallout franchise of things? Cool." So now I'm gonna try. I will be raising money on my own channel so that I can get her. I can Amazon her. We're going from Bethesda to EA, and the EA back when it was doing well, by the way, or not necessarily EA. I'm sorry, BioWare. BioWare when it was
Okay.
back in the
Okay.
back in the good days of BioWare. So I'm thinking the Mass Effect
Dragon Age
Legendary
Origins?
Mass Effect Legendary Edition and Dragon Age Inquisition.
Dragon Age Origins is better than Inquisition.
I know it is, but like I don't know if she'd fully get into it considering like the difference in like how old it is and graphical detail and stuff like that.
Dragon Age. Dragon
also,
Age
the
2. then.
Origins play style is rough.
True.
Yeah.
Then Dragon Age 2.
2 is spotty in places. You can give her Origins and just give her like some basic Cliff Notes stuff because they do that.
Yeah.
And also Inquisition's just really, really good as far as like it still holds up with its graphics and everything because it's only one gen back, as opposed to the others that are like 2, possibly 3 gens ago. So it's not quite the same. I mean, they're not going to do it, but you know, if they updated them at least graphically, they don't need to change much else. Everything else is perfect.
Yeah.
My thing is, I want her to dip her toe into Inquisition if she likes Inquisition. Hey, go back and play Origins and 2.
Does she have a PlayStation or an Xbox?
Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother's like, she's an Xbox fan. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
If anything, here's the other thing. I'm either going to try and see if we can get this girl a PC or a Steam Deck, because they cost about the same almost at this point.
Fair.
Steam Deck would be better.
Steam Deck would be cheaper, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to get there those. You're still a diehard Titanfall 2 man. Hell yeah, dude! Titanfall 2 is fucking insane. It's
Fuck yeah.
great.
No way.
Also, we're trying to get her into mechs, so if we turn her into a mech fan, there's that. I'm totally getting her Titanfall 2 if she starts digging mechs. All right. So other than
real
that
quick, if you-
bullshit,
If you do get her a Steam Deck, get her the Gundam Breaker game where she will build Gunpla and then fight them.
all right. Moving on. Let's get back to the cake.
Co-written by Ryan J. Novak and Stardew Valley creator Eric Barone, the Stardew Valley cookbook hit shelves on May 14th, complete with recipes for the game's most iconic dishes like Carp Surprise and a beautifully decorated melon-spiked pink cake. The recipes were developed by Susan Fu a recipe developer who's created imaginary dishes in the official Bridgerton Guide to Entertaining and Exquisite Exandria, the official cookbook of Critical Role. Ahead of the book's release, Eater sat down to talk with Baron and Fu about the role of cooking in Stardew Valley, why the game's recipes have inspired such devoted fans, and which of its imaginary foods were the most fun and challenging to create. Links in the description. I am not going to read through this Q&A session. It's kind of long. Plus,
Like,
we don't
just
have
know
the
it goes
time
question,
to.
answer, question, answer, then question, then answer, answer, then question, then answer, another answer. You know, it's pretty standard stuff.
I think they make a couple left turns in there, something like that.
Something like that.
Oh no, he's making another left turn. Sorry.
Cut to a commercial break. You ain't gonna miss a fucking thing.
Speaking of missing things, Moon. We were talking about Nintendo earlier.
Yeah! Nintendo now plans to open museum in Kyoto this fall. Nintendo reported on May 7th during its financial results briefing that the company will open its museum in Uji City, Kyoto, in fall 2024. The company first announced its Nintendo Museum project in June 2021 under the tentative Nintendo Gallery name, and it originally scheduled the museum for completion on the former Nintendo Uji Ogura plant site on March 2024. The plant's building will be renovated to allow the reconstruction of the museum on its grounds, including the land surrounding the building. The museum will showcase past products from the game company and serve as a way to share Nintendo's product development history and philosophy with the public. Nintendo used its Uji Ogura plant site to manufacture Hanafuda European style and other playing cards in the past, and the site also served as a customer service center for product repairs. However, the company moved its operations to its newer Uji plant in November 2016. Nintendo reported on Twitter on Tuesday that the company will announce the successor to the Switch console within the company's current fiscal year, which ends on March 31st, 2025. Nintendo also announced with its latest financial highlights on Tuesday that the Switch has sold 141.32 million units, while software sales for the console amount to 1.23582 billion units. Why did you go to that much of a decimal point? Anyways,
That's a fan-fucking-tastic question.
round it to the nearest 10th, my guy.
That's what you do with decimal points. Unless you're counting pi, in which case, I got the answer for you. It's delicious.
Thank you. Anyway, so that's cool. Nintendo Switch announced sometime around next year, or end of this year at least. So
I'm still saying it's called a
I'm
3D
excited for
Switch.
that.
Because you got the DS, the DS Lite, the DSi, 3DS. You have the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED, which is basically the DSi. Now it only makes sense to have the 3D Switch.
You make a compelling argument, my man. What if it's actually a 4D Switch? Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How would we break the
Sounds
fourth
like something
wall?
they might do.
Anyway, speaking of Resident Evil earlier and Shinji Mikami, there was Resident Evil 9 leaks. Take them with a grain of salt, even though
This
The
leaker is
information-
notorious for getting it right.
Dust Golem is notorious for getting leaks on Resident Evil right. Yes. Holy fuck, is he ever right? Still take it with a grain of salt.
Hang on a second. I have to send this to my brother because he'll be mad at me if I don't. Please continue.
Dust Golem leaked more info about Resident Evil 9. Apparently, Leon will be the main character. And the game will be taking place on an island in, I think I read, South America. and it's supposed to be a completely open world from also what I read. So that's why I say take it with a grain of salt. We were promised stuff like this before Operation Raccoon City. As a longtime fan of Resident Evil since March 30th of 1996, I'm invested in this goddamn series. And I probably will be till the day I die. Which probably could be sometime soon.
They said they're also
Should be
working
for-
on the remake of RE1. The
Yes,
proper,
Resident
the proper
Evil- Resident
remake
Evil
and not
1.
a remaster.
Resident Evil 1 remake
Remake.
is rumored to be released on Resident Evil's 30th anniversary, which will be 2026.
Well, I'm not surprised by that, considering that the RE engine that they used for Resident Evil 7, 2, and sort of 4 is now obsolete, and they're updating the whole shit again.
Yeah, they're on the RE Engine 2. They're working on RE Engine 3.
Yeah, yeah. Because RE Engine 2 was Resi 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny, somebody was like, when's Resi 8 coming out? I'm like, it is out. It's called Village.
And it is a beautiful game.
Yeah.
I mean, it
They
was
literally
alright. It was alright. I like
VIL.
7 more. I like 7 a bit more than 8. 8 was good. Like, I'm not slamming 8, but like it felt more actiony than it felt like horror. Where 7 was so fucking horror.
7 was the resurgence of survival horror.
Yeah, literally.
And, oh my
literally-
god.
Literally, Resident Evil took a look at the PT and we're like, well, fuck, if he can do it.
If he can do it, motherfuckers, we invented this
If
shit. Let's
Kojima can
again.
do it, if Kojima can do that, well, fuck all this noise. This is what people want. Let's give it to him. And they did, and it was fucking fantastic and well received and praised all around. 8 was good. No lie there. 8 was very, very good. But the things people were loving were Resi 2 Remake. And then they got shit on for 3 and it being so short and them taking stuff out of 3 that they didn't need to take out.
Speaking of 3,
Mm-hmm.
I went back and played it this last week while I was at
Mhm.
work because it was so slow.
I love 3. Don't get me wrong. I'm having a lot of fun with 3, especially when I replayed it.
I finished, so I had a fresh playthrough
Mm-hmm.
on my PC because I only played it on my PlayStation. I finished the campaign in an hour, 13 minutes, and 12 seconds
I didn't do quite that good.
on Inferno
Oh, God.
with literally no infinite ammo, no nothing, just fresh playthrough. I bought the fucking Inferno bullshit because I wanted to play it right away.
I literally played, I played it with, I played it with Infinite Rocket because I wanted to see what it was like. I didn't even know you could take down Nemi and have him drop cases.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, that's awesome. And then I watched an Everyman's Guide where they're like, no infinite ammo, here's throw grenades at these specific moments, blah, blah, blah. And this is how you upgrade your gear. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I did that, and I beat the game in 2.5 hours. Now, I did it on normal because I hadn't played it in forever, and I had to remember how to do it. But yeah, it's still kind of fun. And then you had Resi 4, which the amount of times I have replayed that one, holy shit, Resi 4 is so good.
It is.
It is so good. And you're telling me we're getting 9 and the remake? And apparently, by the way, 1 is not just the only remake. Apparently, they're busy working on doing a remake of 5. Please.
There's leaks and rumors that they're working on 4 remakes right now.
5 and 6 definitely, and 1 and Resi 0? Or oh no,
So
or 0 or Code Veronica.
no,
God damn it!
nope.
Give
I'm
Code
saying,
Veronica some love.
I'm saying these are the 4 that I'm speculating.
Oh,
0, 1, 5, and Outbreak.
Ugh.
because right now is the time for a fucking outbreak. 'Cause
Well, to be
it
fair,
was ahead of its time.
Zero definitely could use the treatment, the remake
Oh
treatment.
God, yes.
Yeah. Because it had good story and good characters. It just needs that remake touch. It really, really does. Because the story was there. It was so interesting because you're literally explaining the origins of Umbrella and the mansion and all that. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Playing through one really hurt.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
The
Now
camera
imagine.
angles suck.
Now imagine playing that game, but in the Resident Evil 2 over the shoulder kind of perspective where you can move
Oh,
around.
God,
Yeah.
it
There's
would be so
mods for
easy.
Resident Evil 2 remake that are a complete remake of Resident Evil 1 in that style.
They make it where RA2 remake can be played with tank controls and the cameras
No,
and all the.
no, like somebody made a mod that completely replaces
Oh,
Resident
that's
Evil 2
right.
remake with Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
There is a version that lets you do over the camera kind of stuff.
Over the shoulder, it is
Over the
it is
shoulder.
a lot better. Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't fully recommend it. Pardon me. I wouldn't fully recommend it because it's not just simply a mod. It's somebody building the game from scratch. And they haven't finished making the whole game.
You know, it's
But
funny.
yeah.
The last time something like this happened, Invader Studios was making a Resident Evil 2 fan remake, and they got a cease and desist from Capcom.
Holy shit.
And then Capcom announced a Resident Evil 2 remake. I still have the early alpha of that fan.
All right,
build
we've
on my
got to
PC.
move on now to the news in the anime world. Fenris, tell us a bit about it.
Ghibli's composer Joe Hisaishi warns against unauthorized use of his music. Among all anime music composers, only a few have left a mark on the anime industry. One of those composers is Joe Hisaishi, the composer for many of the songs featured in Studio Ghibli movies such as Spirited Away, Nausicaa, My Neighbor Totoro. His memorable scores have shaped music heard in anime. However, Hisaishi recently revealed on Twitter on April 26th that he does not want any unauthorized use or arrangements of his music. In his statement, his company Wonder City Incorporated requested those without permission to cease arranging his scores and including his name in the title of concerts. Removing Hisaishi's name in the title of concerts is understandable. By using his name, it gives the appearance he is/was involved in the planning of the performance. Due to an individual's right to their name, image, and likeness, the unauthorized use of Hisaishi's name is the title of a concert would violate his rights. However, Hisaishi's reasons for arranging his scores is a bit trickier. At face value, rearranging his scores without his express permission is a violation of his copyright. However, while practicing a piece for a performance, musicians and composers often make small modifications to the score to suit their needs. These might include adding or removing crescendo or decrescendo, changing the dynamic notation, or some other factor. So, would this be a violation of his copyright? Either way, full rearrangement such as a medley would infringe on his copyright and should not be done without his permission. Hisaishi is well within his rights to enforce his copyright to the music he composed. While copyright laws differ from nation to nation, there is likely some commonality within those laws. And then more background.
I mean, at least he's like, you know, literally saying something about it. Sitting there like, hey, guys, do me a
Stop.
favor and don't.
Instead of just going on a Sue Happy bandwagon like a lot of composers do.
Yeah. The trouble is, well, so
Like, it's all copyright by him. He composed it. I can
well,
completely understand him not wanting people to use his name for something he has no input on or any
Yeah.
type of association with, like fucking concerts and that.
Yeah. So full rearrangements, such as medley. Okay, I see. I'm sitting here thinking like, so there is a thing I recently found on YouTube that was a, I guess a better word for it would be more of a reimagining or a recreation of sorts. Um, but they've done a lot of Ghibli songs in a jazz sort of style.
Okay.
You can still tell it's, you know, the Ghibli song. One of my more favorite ones is I think it's City by the Ocean, or no, City with an Ocean View. Yeah, City with an Ocean View. They have a really good chill jazz composition of that. And I suppose that would technically be okay by copyright laws. And
Mm,
especially because, well, hold on, because it would fall under not necessarily parody.
fair use.
Yeah, it would kind of fall under fair use because it is a full transformative re not rearrangement. What's the word I'm looking for?
Reimagining.
Not exactly. It would be close to what a remix is.
Okay.
Because certain remixes are applicable to fair use because like they kind of transform how things sound. Certain remixes, not all remixes. Copyright laws difficult.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
difficult.
yeah. Uh, I could see Hisaishi trying to, you know, tell him whoever did those arrangements to please not do that, stop selling it or whatever. I don't think it's even being sold, but also I do think something like that would be more okay in a sense because like they don't have his name attached to it. They literally can't because it is wholly transformed. They could say original by but obviously their take is very different. So copyright law hurts my head.
It does. It really does. Richie, do you want to take the
Same
next
here.
one?
No,
Uh-oh.
I've screamed enough at my computer for now.
I guess it's up to me.
Yep, it's your turn.
Orange Incorporated to release e-book store service Imaki featuring manga this summer. The AI localization company Orange Incorporated
Now you know why I
announced
didn't
on
want to read
Monday
it.
that it will release an e-book store service titled Imaki, which will launch in the United States this summer. This service will feature works translated using Orange
Nice
Incorporated's
glasses.
technology and will also include recommendations, curations by manga influencers, and manga trailers. Imaki will be both a website and an app, with the former launching first in summer. Orange Inc. also added that it had received 2.92 billion yen, about $19 million, in funding from companies such as Shogakukan, Globus Capital Partners, ANRI, SBI Investment, JIC Venture Growth Investments, Miyako Capital, Chiba Dojo Fund, Mizuho Capital, Mitsubishi UFJ Capital, like the car people,
Mhm.
and GFR Fund. The company plans to use the money to increase the pace of manga localization currently done in Japan roughly fivefold to 500 titles per month. The company is developing the manga localization tool Factory. The company uses AI technology to do the base translation. Native translators and editors then correct the translation and finalize the work. Orange Inc. aims to increase localization capacity by 10 or 100 times the current state through this process, and its deep learning AI technology. The app will support English first, but the company has told ANN that it plans to provide multilingual support in the future, giving the example of Spanish as a Latin speaking language with a high affinity for English. Orange Inc. plans to expand its service outside the US in English speaking countries, followed by multilingual countries when the company is able to provide translation for their respective languages. And background stuff.
I mean, I'm glad that they're keeping actual
People in
translators and editors in this process.
Yeah.
didn't say whether they were paying them or not, though.
It better be.
It's an AI company. I don't expect they will.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone here should know and understand our stances on AI.
Yeah.
If it's used
Well-
properly and it's used as a tool instead of just a way to take other people's jobs away from them, then yeah, I'm here for it.
Which,
So
to be
long as
fair,
it's
they
only
are
a
selling
tool.
this like
And
it's
to
a
be
tool,
fair,
but
that is how they're selling it. And also, I want to state, this does come from a good place of trying to get more manga out there translated to people so that they can enjoy stories they may have missed. That being said, the road to hell is paved in good intentions.
Mhm.
All right. And that's all I got to say about that.
Kadokawa establishes new anime studio, Bell Knox Films. Kadokawa announced on Tuesday that it is establishing a new animation production studio called Bell Knox Films this month, and the studio will formally start its operations on July 1st. Koji Kachita, a former head of Gonzo and a founder and former president of David Production, is serving as the representative director and president of Bell Knox Films. The new production studio aims to incorporate a new production style and evolve the industry via a new system that is not limited to the job titles or fields of traditional anime production. Kajita stated that he wants to work towards making the animation production industry more systematic and rational, allowing it to grow flexibly. With this aim, Bell Knox Films is focusing on creative beneficial works. Bell Knox Films is Kadokawa's fifth anime production studio after the subsidiaries Engi, Studio Kadan, and Raging Bull, as well as the affiliated company Kinema Citrus. Did you also know Kadokawa has a game studio?
It does.
Yeah.
Huh. What games?
Root Letter, Root Film. There's a couple other games. Kadokawa games. Okay.
Oh,
Apparently
boy.
they had a hand in Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh, God. Nobody can accuse them of being woke.
Nope.
Nope. Alright.
They also did Overlord, Escape from Nazareth, Relayer, Metal Dogs, Metal Mechs, Rising of the Shield Hero, Relive the Animation, Konosuba. Apparently, there's a couple Konosuba games. Yeah, there's quite a few they've worked on. Holy shit. Anyway, next one, Richie. I'm sure you would love to cover that one.
I'm kind of watching it right now. I hadn't seen it yet.
Okay.
Are they on Little Garden? Yeah. Okay, so that's definitely the set of Little Garden because like the Mr. 3. All right, I was like, as soon as he put the giant candle there and the wax, I was like, that's got to be Mr. 3. So yeah, I love how over the top people were sitting there thinking, oh my God, is that a teaser for when it's coming out? No, it's not. Okay, guys, if you don't know, May the 5th is Luffy's birthday. All right, so Luffy's birthday is May the 5th. Oddly enough, Children's Day in Japan is Luffy's birthday.
That makes so much sense.
Way too much fucking sense. All right, so that, of course, means that, you know, they had to do something a little special over live action One Piece on Netflix. So Inaki Godoy, who of course plays Luffy in the live action series, he put up a video for them where he blew out a candle, and of course it's got a huge amount of wax, and he's on a tropical looking island of some sort. Wonder what that's about. Guys, if you've made it anywhere near the Grand Line arc, that means they're going at least all the way to Little Garden, which I am so happy about. And then he blows out the candle and there's a wick with the number 3 on it. Wonder what that could be. Clearly not belonging to anybody with the surname Mr. at all or anything like that. No.
Couldn't be.
No.
No.
By the way, I'm assuming you've seen some of G8 now at this point. G8, the one that's after the filler after Skypiea.
So not yet. I haven't gotten there
damn
yet.
it.
I'm still Luffy and
Enel?
Thunderman. They're still fighting.
Enel. Oh,
Yeah.
Luffy and Eminem.
Inaru, yeah.
Luffy versus
Essentially.
Eminem.
Electric Eminem.
When you get to
Eminem
G8,
2, Electric Boogaloo. That's his name.
when you get to G8, you'll absolutely understand this reference. Condoriano. Yeah, exactly. Without the context, you're like, what the fuck? But people who have context, they're like, ah. So, he's not the same Condoriano anymore. Ah. But yeah. Little Garden, I'm so glad they're putting it in because that means there's a really good... I hope it's not just one episode considering everything, but if they're going to give multiple episodes to anybody, it should be Chopper at Drum Island.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm digging this because that means coming up we get our very best doctor right after that. I'm looking forward to it. That's pretty far in too, because we've done Laboon and Whiskey Peak and then Little Garden. We've done Reverse Mountain up to that point before we get to Little Garden, and we've done Logetown. So that's 4 arcs right there to lead us to Little Garden, which is the 5th arc. That's a big arc. And then after that, we get the Drum Island arc and then Alabasta. That's where we're at, guys.
Which Alabasta is going to take some time, too.
Yeah.
Woof, that was a long one.
Keep in mind that if they're going all the way to Little Garden, that actually puts Season 2 of One Piece somewhere squarely within Season 3 territory of the anime.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's some good stuff there. Sadly, we didn't get done with all of East Blue's arc because Logetown is part of East Blue and not, in fact, the Grand Line. But I'm looking forward to what they do. That having been said, you've already seen a glimpse at Logetown because it was where Roger was executed at the very, very beginning of the show. That's Logetown. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Guys, what'd you think about this?
It was adorable. I loved it.
I love Inaki Godoy. He's so good. He was casted well.
Oh, he's wonderful.
But I want to mostly hear from you, Moon, because you've recently you started watching One Piece recently and are now all the way towards the end of Skypiea. And boy, did you get the... All right, at this point, you've got the backstory about the Shandians and Noland.
Shandians and... So, Noland, yes. The Shandians, not quite yet, I don't think.
No, you have.
I do know...
No, you have. The Shandians are the people that came up with Verth that have the wings on them. Yeah, those are the Shandians. Okay. Yeah. You did get it. If you got Nolan's backstory, you got the Shandians' backstory because, like, you understand how important the ringing of the bell is.
So not quite. I don't understand the bell yet because we haven't even found the bell. Like, they've talked about the bell. They talked about it rising, the bell making a very angelic sound.
Wait, I thought you got to Nolan's backstory and where he met all the people on the island and stuff like that.
So, like, if that's done in a scene, like we see Nolan and stuff, not yet.
Nope, multiple
We've gotten
episodes.
To talk about the storybook.
Multiple episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we haven't done that
Okay,
yet.
so the real backstory of Nolan, not just the not just the book. Which, funny enough, if you go back and you rewatch One Piece now, the live action, and you get to the Baratie arc, where Zoro's in his coma and Nami's reading to him, the book she's reading is Nolan the Liar.
Oh shit!
Yes! They are setting up season 6 shit in season 1. That's how good that is. Like, what cool and inventive world building that is. That Nami's sitting there reading Nolan the Liar to Zoro, and we're like, and you didn't understand why I was freaking out about that, but now you do, because you know they're teasing Skypiea at Baratie. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes! By the way, guys, I'm looking forward to Logtown because that means we get more Buggy. I'm looking forward to that. It's great.
Oh,
yeah.
Buggy's just wonderful. And the actor they have playing Buggy in the live action, fantastic.
Oh, he
job.
killed it. He killed it.
He's
so
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
He looks like he had so much fun with that.
But yeah, we got
man,
Little
he did.
Garden coming up. What you think, Moon?
So actually, when I first watched this, I did a terrible disservice. I didn't actually look at it much because I was having to make food because I was in a rush. I'm getting to watch it now, and the first thing I see is I'm like, wait, I thought that was a cake.
No, that's a
That's
candle.
a candle. And then I'm like, wait. Then he lights it and everything. I'm like, huh. And then it's the number 3, and I'm like, huh.
Oh no.
I should have watched it.
The funny part is he doesn't realize how fucking monumental it is to have 3 in there, considering he hasn't gotten to Impel Down yet. And the aftermath of
back?
Impel Down and Marineford. Oh, dude, Impel Down is like the best arc, and the fact that it immediately segues into Marineford or the War of the Best. Oh my god. Let's just say the ultimate dynamic duo is born at Impel Down. I'll just tell you the 2 members of the quote-unquote dynamic duo. Mr. 3 and Buggy the Clown. Yeah! Imagine, I can't wait to see what they do with Mr. 3 in the live action because I'm looking forward to seeing those 2 characters interact at a much later time. All I'm saying is those 2 interacting is just fucking brilliant, but what's happening at Impel Down is the bee's knees. I don't want to tell you much more than that. Just know that there is a Mr. 3 Buggy the Clown kind of team up, and it is the best thing you could ever hope for as far as comedic stuff goes. Fuck. That just looks really good. Yeah. Mr. 3 is more important than you know. That's all.
Yeah, I kind of wasn't expecting him to come back after Alabasta, so... Of course, I should know better. After everything with Buggy, you don't exactly expect him to come back too, but then suddenly he does. And yeah.
All right. Next up. What do we got now? Okay. Good
Mobile
times.
Suit Gundam franchise
Yes,
reaches sales record of 145.7 billion yen in 2024 fiscal year. Bandai Namco Holdings released on Thursday its financial report for the fiscal year of 2024, which ended on March 31st, and reported that the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise earned a total of about $934.78 million during the year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is why you don't knock Gunpla.
Dude, the anime, the Gundam anime is just a commercial for these.
It's just good marketing. Or
Fantastic marketing.
Or as they say in Pirates of the Caribbean, it's just good business.
Nothing personal, just good business.
Just good business. It was just good business. Anyway.
Bandai Namco Holdings forecasts that the franchise will earn 145 billion yen in the fiscal year ending in March 2025. So just slightly less than what they ended this year
Mhm.
with is what they're forecasting.
Ah.
In 2022, the franchise hit the 100 billion yen mark, earning 101.7 billion yen, about $652.48 million in sales, and it about went up to about 842.39 million in 2023. It has been steadily growing with the resurgence of the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom movie coming out and other aspects. Witch from Mercury, mainly. Speaking of Witch from Mercury, the first new Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, the first new Gundam television anime series in 7 years, premiered in Japan in October 2022. The anime's second season aired in April 2023. The show is the first main Gundam series with a female protagonist. The anime inspired a novel adaptation which launched in Kadokawa's Gundam Ace magazine in November 2022, and a side story manga titled Hito Senshi Gundam Suishi no Majo Vanada's Heart, which also launched in the magazine in March 2023. The Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom anime sequel film premiered in Japan on January 26th. The film is now the highest earning film in the Gundam franchise at the Japanese box office, overtaking the 1982 Mobile Suit Gundam 3 Encounters in Space anime film's 2.3 billion yen. The film has now earned a cumulative total of about 29.51 million US dollars as of May 5th. The film slated to have its the film is slated to have its final run in Japanese theaters on May 23rd. Then more background on the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed movie. So yes, uh, it's close to pulling in $1 billion US dollars, and it's just been steadily increasing year after year. So Gundam's doing something right because it is fantastic. Anybody who doesn't watch Gundam, I definitely recommend at least trying a series. Witch from Mercury is a fantastic show that doesn't give off the typical Gundam vibes till towards the end of season 1. Or unless you watch the prologue, in which case you will cry like a bitch and never be able to listen to Happy Birthday again the same way you did before. Want to take the next one, Moon?
Sure.
Oh, I just realized I was muted. I was saying you're not wrong. Dude, fucking Happy Birthday has never been sadder.
Fuck no!
It's sung twice in that series, and god damn it, you will hate it both times. Never did I think such a cheerful song could be that depressing.
Yep.
All right. New documentary series follows manga editors at Shogakukan.
Shogakukan.
I can't read today. I'm sorry.
Shogakukan.
Anyways, manga editing is not usually thought about all that much, as the profession is elusive to outsiders. The job isn't just about going through a draft and marking mistakes, but rather helping authors formulate and shape their stories. While there are snippets into manga editing with interviews from time to time, there haven't been many documentaries about the subject. Since January 26th, Japanese manga publishers Shogakukan has changed that with its documentary series titled Uraman, about the editors at the company. The official Twitter for Manga 1 announced the series on January 24th with a short promotional video. The video gives a short glimpse of the documentary series, which is about the work of a manga editor. For instance, one of the editors discusses how if he were an up-and-coming author, he would go to Jump Plus over Manga 1. The series not only features the editors working with manga authors, but also shows get glimpses of the business of editing. What?
If you want to look
Twitter
behind the
post.
curtain, may I suggest just watching the anime Bakuman?
Fair enough. Manga One's YouTube channel regularly posts the documentary series and uploaded episode 16 on April 16th. Ha. The episodes are an enlightening experience that they give a grounded look into the rather unglamorous world of manga editing and the work that goes into making our favorite titles. Granted, it's from the perspective of Shogakukan manga editors, but there is a universality to what is shown. The videos also have auto-translated closed captioning, thus, while spotty at times, allowing viewers around the world to understand each episode. If you're interested in manga editing, you'll want to check Uraman out.
I mean, editing in general can be very helpful as well. All right. Next up, guys, I hope you didn't forget. I don't know why I said guys like I was Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, I heard
Guys!
Guys!
No! Is there a solo leveling reading tonight? No, there is not. This is what took over for solo leveling. So guys, here's the thing. Adult Swim streamed Rick and Morty the anime's first look preview. Did you forget there was a Rick and Morty anime? I kind of did.
I forgot about Rick and Morty in general.
And so they showed a preview of it on Adult Swim. Adult Swim's YouTube channel began streaming a first look video for the Rick and Morty the anime series on Saturday. The show will premiere on Adult Swim and Max in 2024 and will also run on Adult Swim Canada. The anime will be an original work with adapted themes and events from the main Rick and Morty animated series. Takashi Sano is writing and directing the 10-episode series at Telecom Animation Film, who have done Lupin the Third and Shenmue the Animation. Keep in mind, he's also worked on Tower of God. So, not exactly small potatoes there. That's a big, big series to be working on previously. He previously directed the Rick and Morty vs. Genocider and Summer Meets God, Rick Meets Evil animated shorts. Sola Entertainment is producing the series, and producers include Maki Nagano, Max Nishi, and Takenare Maeda, Kiyozuno is the animation producer, and Yuki Kaizoe is the assistant producer. Jason DeMarco and Joseph Cho are executive producers. Arisa Matsuzawa is the art director, and Makiko Kojima is the color designer. There's a lot of people that they are introducing here, but like the it's kind of just same old. Except for Tetsuya Takahashi, who is composing the music at Terra Musica. The OC for Code of Zero performs the opening song Love is Entropy with Cameron Earnshaw Otonzi. With Cameron Earnshaw Otonzi wrote the lyrics, composed the music, and arranged the song. Studio Dean produced the first Samurai and Shogun animated short for the Rick and Morty series that aired on Toonami and streamed online on March 2020. Adult Swim streamed a sequel in November 2021. And then Adult Swim streamed an 11-minute The Great Yokai Battle of Akihabara animated short for the Rick and Morty series back in October of 2021. The short also aired on Toonami back in October of 2021 as well. And Adult Swim streamed an 8-minute Rick and Morty vs. Genocider animated short in July of 2020. So there is your full backstory on this. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't watched it the whole way through yet, but it just looks really, really... Oh my god, is Morty wearing... No, okay. For a second, I thought Morty was wearing an X-Wing flight suit. That's what it looks like. I'm not the only one that looks at Morty in there and sees that, right?
You're not.
No,
Okay.
I see where you get that. I definitely see where you get that.
And so yeah,
Okay.
I'm barely into this, and already I like it. So yeah, thoughts?
I think it looks really interesting.
I'll
The
give it a
animation's
try.
pretty well. I mean, yeah, give it a
Mm.
shot.
I've got a lot of catching up on Rick and Morty to do. That's for sure. I only got to episode 1 of season 4, and I know there's a lot more.
Yeah, I fell
Does
off
it
a
tie
while
in?
ago.
Yeah,
Did it say it ties in?
I have no idea. I just know I need to catch up on Rick and Morty in general.
Mm.
Oh man.
Another thing you were super
So
excited for,
so
Richie.
no, I was gonna I had a transition from the godless to the godly. If you have not heard of Saint Young Men, this is a great manga series about. Okay, there's no sugarcoating it. What if Buddha and Christ decided to take a vacation on Earth and become roommates in Japan? And then they're trying to hide who they are from the public, but they keep accidentally performing miracles. Welcome to Saint Young Men, or Saint Saint Onisan. Kodansha announced on
You're
Thursday.
forgetting a key part to that, Richie.
Hold on. No. I'm not forgetting it. I'm just going ahead and reading it because I want that whole thing. Like, I tee them up and then I give the big announcement. I don't want to say it in the title like they did.
Oh no, I was talking about the apartment.
Oh,
They share
it's
an
a one.
apartment
It's a one-room apartment.
with no bathroom.
With. Do they really need to though? All right, anyway. Kodansha announced on Thursday that Hikaru Nakamura's Saint Young Men, or Saint Onisan manga, is inspiring its first live-action film titled Saint Onisan the Movie, Holy Men versus Gundam, or Holy Men versus Demon Army. I would have laughed so far. I would have laughed so hard if it was Akuma Gundam. The Devil Gundam. I kind of want that. Anybody else want to see Jesus and Buddha fight a fucking Devil Gundam? I'm
Yes.
so here
That
for
would be
it.
fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toho will open the film on December 20th. The returning cast and staff from the manga's previous live-action series adaptations include Kenichi Matsuyama as Jesus and Shoto Sametani as Buddha. Yuichi Fukuda is returning to direct the film and pen the script on an extended story. Oh man.
That Nakamura created for the film. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm so happy for this. This looks so freaking silly. Though nothing shouts haha to me like seeing Japanese Jesus. Like literally it's a Japanese actor playing Jesus. And for some reason, I don't have an issue with that. I think that's fucking fantastic.
It is.
It may just be the atheist in me saying that. But I love it. I dig it. I think it's great. I'm here for it. If you have not read Saint Onisan, you really need to. It's so damn funny. It's wholesome, heartwarming, and funny as hell. Because they're just two dudes trying to put good out in the world and hide the fact that they're basically divine. Like Buddha glowing. We gotta stop Buddha from glowing. Jesus needs to quit performing miracles like walking on water or turning water into wine. You know, that kind of shit. Yes, I know alcoholics like Moon would appreciate that. They just turn on the tap and out comes the wine. But still, you know, we gotta have some form of some semblance of society here. If you're interested in this, I cannot stress enough how important it is to go check out the manga if you can find it. I don't know where it's being distributed, if it is at all. I know I had to go searching for a long time to find this, and when I did, I could not have been happier. That being said, that was our final story for the day. Any last minute things you guys want to talk about? Besides getting Fenris into Destiny, I haven't forgotten about that. He's got to
Um,
punch things to death. We got to get this going.
You can actually buy the Saint Young Men Omnibus Volumes 1 and 2 on Amazon for 1886 right now.
There you go. And hey, when you buy them, make sure to leave a review and let them know we sent you.
Yes.
It helps.
Yes,
Believe
please.
it. Believe us, it helps.
Please, definitely.
The more they know that we're sending people to purchase their products, the more likely it is we're able to get sponsorship deals. And with sponsorship deals, means we can pay everybody on our projects.
Get paid.
It'd be
Would be
nice to
very
get
nice to
paid.
get paid.
It'd be
Advertise
nice
more
for
money.
it'd be nice to just let everybody who voices for us get paid. Damn it, we can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. That having been said, today's stream is not sponsored by anyone, but if it was sponsored by anyone, it would be Bookwalker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
All right.
oh, there you
Or
go.
Kindle.
You buy the Kindle version for $8.
By the way, guys, if you're a fan of certain series like T-Bait, The Beginning After the End, might I recommend getting the audiobook? That's what I was listening to a bit on the way here because I had a very long drive. If you're stuck there with a long drive, make sure that you go and get yourself an audiobook to listen to. And might I recommend some fabulous audiobooks coming from Weeb Light Novels, you know? So things like The Beginning After the End, they've got all the way through volume 10, and the first 4 are in 2 different bundles, so you're getting them for a good price. If you sign up for Audible now, you've got 1 book for free, and you've got a point every month that you can put towards purchasing something. I grabbed the first 2 bundles for The Beginning After the End, and it cost me a big whopping zilch. So thank you guys so much. And of course, we're not sponsored by Audible. I'm just shilling for this fine product because I used it very recently, and I was glad that I did because I had a 7-hour drive, and boy, I needed something entertaining. Yeah.
And you
So-
know who else does audiobooks?
Who else?
Bookwalker.
Hey, there we go.
Really? Hey, full circle. Let's go.
Yeah, I bought mine on Audible because I didn't have to pay for the Audible necessarily.
That's fair.
Yeah, Jared,
I'm-
I would like to be paid. Shit, a lot of us would.
Yeah.
For our voiceover stuff, we'd love to get paid. That being said, yeah, help us get those sponsorship deals. We would greatly appreciate it. And, our voice actors would be most appreciative, and yeah, that's basically it. Go read Saint Onji-san or Oni-san. Why do I keep saying Saint Old Men? Saint Young Men. That having been said, guys, I am Richie Roberts. I am currently not your Minister of Science and Technology. I kind of look a little bit like Taka when he showed up for the commentary episodes of DBZA. A little bit, yeah.
I am Moonlight Sparks. You could also call me Date Night if you feel like it. I'm pretty good at Pokemon.
I'm never
And
calling
I am
him
Fenrir
that.
Sauron. I'm just a guy who's addicted to Gundam. And Resident Evil. And alcohol.
And bananas.
And bananas. They're delicious.
They're delicious. A banana a day may not keep the doctor away, but it might keep you from being a little less sick. That's all I'm saying. That having been said, guys, this is Anime Church. We fuck up, but we welcome your cosplay. If you want to cosplay during this church, we won't judge you. I mean, unless it's a competition and we're supposed to judge you, but hopefully we're getting paid for that. But yeah. I'm not exactly good at cosplay contest stuff. I wouldn't make a very good judge. But yeah, we're just saying, Anime Church saying, stay true, you be you. And that's it. Peace, we're out. Bye-bye.
Deuces.
Bye.